In the UK, the Prime Minister Rishi Sunak visited a Jewish school in London to underline his support for the community. The visit followed several demonstrations across Britain, during which people voiced their backing for Hamas, which many countries, including the UK and US, consider a terrorist organisation.
So those demonstrations are in support of Hamas. You might think, just a mistake, a glitch, perhaps the newsreader misspoke while reading the auto cue. Maybe, happens. Except that exact same thing was said by another BBC newsreader, Mariam Moshiri, not long after.
The Prime Minister Rishi Sunak has visited a Jewish school in London to underline his support for the Jewish community. The visit followed several demonstrations across Britain during which people voiced their backing for Hamas, which several countries, including the UK and the US, consider a terrorist organisation.
And here is Moshiri again, speaking to editor of the Jewish News, Justin Cohen.
What we saw on Saturday in the UK and around the world has been some people have decided that this is the right moment to demonstrate support for Hamas, to take to the streets calling for the annihilation of Israel. And let's be clear, that is what from the river to the sea means, but also...
And that was happening over the weekend, wasn't it, in London?
That was happening over the weekend in London.
Obviously, 150,000 people didn't march in support of Hamas last weekend, which is why this statement was given on air not long after.
Earlier on BBC News, we reported on some of the pro-Palestinian demonstrations at the weekend. We spoke about several demonstrations across Britain during which people voiced their backing for Hamas. We accept that this was poorly phrased and was a misleading description of the pro-Palestinian demonstrations.
Mariam Moshiri also posted this on her Twitter account. Earlier, we reported on some of the pro-Palestinian demonstrations at the weekend. We spoke about, quote, several demonstrations across Britain during which people voiced their backing for Hamas. We accept this was poorly phrased and was a misleading description of the demonstrations. Your news channel effectively libelled, let's be real, as many as 200,000 people nationally, while they exercise their democratic right to protest, claiming that they support a prescribed terrorist organisation, which of course is a criminal offence. That's quite a big deal.